and also to prove that it's really, it must not be looked at only over the flesh aspect, but also over Jesus, he got a plan. So, what I should say, okay, the other time when there would have been a possibility of rape, because you want me to confess. Now, how many times I didn't go for it? What I did was something that you had directly suggested me to do. Do you call it an abuse? You've been mentioning masturbation in your videos. Also over the phone call that I had with you, Samuel in the car was taking part of the conversation and you just throw it at him. But I already told him, Samuel, about that. So it was not surprising to him. And what happened is that you knew that I needed something, but what you decided to do is that you looked at me and you said, well, take care of yourself in the toilet. I was at your place. At your place, okay? And you said, take care of yourself in the toilet. Then we had agreed somehow that I would sleep there. And I say somehow because there was Tomo. And then Tomo was saying maybe yes, maybe no. Remember, every time that it was about the time where should I stay or should I go? Okay, I think there is a song about this. Should I stay or should I go? When it was about the time that there was need of a decision, would I, this thing about missing my bus to the last bus to take if I would go back at my place or if I would stay at your place for the night. And then Tomo was saying maybe yes, maybe no. Talking about are you going to say yes or no? And then Tomo was saying say maybe yes, maybe no. Then you were deciding, okay, stay for the night. There was one night, a second night, a third night. All that time, you knew that I had strong feelings with you. And so you had suggested to me, go take care of yourself in the toilet. And then comes the time, should I stay or should I go? And then you say, okay, you agreed that I would stay. But then there was the couch. And you were telling me also, because of the medication, you were vulnerable. And if I would try to touch you, you would not know it. It's like, you were telling me you don't want to quarrel with me. And if I would try to attempt of anything to you while you sleep, you would not know it. You were telling me that you were going to be vulnerable. You knew I had desire for you. You agreed for me to sleep there. And even you had showed me a little bit of indication, like suggestion, to take care of yourself in the toilet. And also, the thing about, when you said if I would be more adventurous, like taking the step forward before you would tell me directly, go for it. What's going on here? If you would have been more adventurous, you said to me. If you would have been more adventurous. What is to be adventurous? Is to take steps, without the other telling you go for it. So you cannot blame me for the lack of clarity And there's always this thing about maybe you wanted something, but at the same time you don't want it because your flesh wants it, but your mind don't want it. I mean, maybe you're thinking about the consequences later, but at the time it would have been something you would have wanted. But okay, I explained already. There's the sin. Okay, you get pleasure, and after that, well, there's the consequences, the bad of it. But I didn't want it to be a sin either. I wanted it to be out of true love. And I mean, you see my patience. How many men do you know would have knowledge that a woman had slept with another man throughout the years, waiting at her 40s, and still looking for it? I mean, why I was not the first? And why you put me last? The others were not willing to do as much effort. And you made it easier for them. Or is it not because it was not easy for me? It's just because I didn't go for it. So how I explain this is that when I wanted to go for it, then you rejected me, you didn't want to do it. When you had offered me to do it, I was not going for it. I was saying no way. So it was like we were not at the same time either not wanting or wanting. And what it did is that it never happened because it never at the same time that we had put our mind or heart to do. Now, I don't know if you would be at least willing to admit that at the very least, if you felt nothing for me, if you never wanted to sleep with me, if you had felt not desire, not love, are you willing to admit at least that when you did offer the massage is because you wanted to give me back for what I did for you? Would you admit to this? Because you did not want to admit to this the last time I asked you. So, I'm always ending up making the first steps. Are you following after? So, you said to me, if I would do something while you sleep, you would not know about it. Why then, in the morning, I told you I did this? If I would not have told you, because you said if I ever did something, you would sleep, you would not know about it. Why I even told you anything in the morning? Because I wanted to have your trust. And what you did with it, you went to Dany and you told him, I don't know what. So, before I even talk about anything shameful concerning you on the YouTube, when I was starting to try to get your trust, you started to spread rumor of rape. And then after that, you made official a suit of harassment. Why? Because I wanted you to meet with me and the other guys, and everybody would tell their version, so to see if they had heard the same thing from you when all together, or was it a different version that you told them individually. That's what I wanted when I was calling you repeatedly. And Jesus knew that you had held to yourself the secret about it's Dany that asked you to call me for the paycheck. I didn't know before. You decided to tell me with the texto. And you made that video saying that I should have known. The hints were there. Well, what about the hints? When there was, you say you did not invite me for anything about physical, but I saw that there was hints. There were hints. Why I should have seen the hints about not going to hand over the paycheck, but you say that I saw hints where there was no hints concerning the thing about I'm seeing my face like has a mirror on the phone, and that's why sometimes I'm trying to focus over the cameras. There's like 3 dots, 4 dots, even 5. There's the cameras over the corner of the phone, and sometimes I'm distracted because I see myself appearing as a mirror reflection over the phone. So I'm trying to focus my eyes. But anyway, so as much as I can, recollecting the events, my intention, why the cause, why the harassment. I'm telling you, okay, that from my side, that's my side of the story. From your side of the story, when you started to make videos about that, did you say everything about what you knew or the facts concerning the matter? Or did you do in a way that you wanted to diminish to the maximum and uplift and to say, well, okay, yes, you admit that you played me, but it's not really your fault because I should have seen the hints, and I'm so naive and stupid I didn't see it. And Vincent wanted to help. Well, no, forget it. Okay, Vincent never wanted to help anybody. And you should know that. You should know that. It's really about you wanted to get people close to you. The most evil, it didn't matter to you. What mattered to you is that would they judge you? You wanted to be with people, anybody. The condition was they would just not judge you over your way of life, what you decide to do with your life. And you've been severe with others. So when Dany told you that he felt that it was not right for you to take money from the government for your own need, you didn't like it? How is it that 10 years later, you're even saying that I was unlawful to keep some money from the government, and you say it's unlawful, even though that money that I had saved was the reason why it felt to you when you needed that I always was able to provide. Didn't use that money for myself, and you say it's unlawful. Are you going to go with the strict law to try to say to people that I was so wrong, while the money that I had kept, and you say it's unlawful that I kept, just ended to be all given to you for your need? If you believe in the truth, Jesus makes you do good things, and then when it's the time for accusation, then the good things that he made you do is going to be your defense. If you are afraid, it's because you're aware that what you did was not all good. And if possible, you would just ignore and forget about it. But God is just for a reason. So I have the right to be mad. Doesn't remove the fact that I have feeling of love, but I have the right to be mad because anybody else would be mad. And even the people that are wicked on the YouTube, they seem to be pitying me. Even them, they are pitying. You know when John Quinton is saying that I'm so sad individual, it's a form of pity. Robert Kelly, when he's saying that he's not sure anymore who's the victim, who's the predator, I mean, he is wicked himself. He wanted to prevent people to hear from God because he asked over Jane's house for a separation. Well, if Jesus wanted to be heard, why do you call for a separation between, the testimony and the attack over Jonathan Clegg? Because you know how it went, is that Gene Revel was making his video about Jonathan Clegg. Then he brought our testimony over his YouTube channel, and Robert Kelly said, well, do a separation. If people want to hear about Jonathan Nolin and Kelly Barr, then they would go over there. And if they want to hear about Jonathan Clegg, then we'll go over there. But then Jesus wanted to be heard. And then Robert Kelly was asking for a separation. So this is not right neither. So what more to say? Okay, I mean, I can go on and talk about different things, but you want to see me speak and show my face and see if I'm having a different indication of lack of sincerity, but you know exactly what happened, and it's you that needs to decide if you're going to hearken unto lies and comfort from others, or if you're just going to be the bigger person and take full responsibility for your action. So it's not forcing you to love me, it's not forcing you to meet with me, but your conscience, it's forcing you to, you know, the thing about seared conscience, it's forcing you to be confronted with your conscience. Do I really look like I'm trying to hide? And I'm telling you that somebody that committed a crime, they hide. Who's hiding? I had to get you out with all this harassment. Else, you would still be hiding. It would be over for you. You would have turned the page. And when you said that there's a lot happened in 2016, is it just to get me upset, saying to me that there's a lot in it and you just won't talk about it? Or are you going to be willing to share with me, at least, with me, what you found in it? And when you say a lot happened, is it because you found a way to catch me in my behavior and to find wrong? Or did you find something that you tried to hide from yourself? You know, trying to hide from your emotion, living your life, maybe a more normal life, but a false life. What's matter more for you? Everything to be normal, or to feel loved? You know, true love. So, platonic, you ask for platonic, there it is, you had it. So, even though you were unjust, he still gave to you what you asked him. So if you have any regret of how he gave it to you, then you need to understand that if you've been unjust, then you do get what you asked for, but maybe not the way that you wanted it. You asked for a father for Tomo, and then after that you got him because you went and you got him back. But after that you say that you're very much regretting because you know that he shook your son and you give him more time to hang with him. So you asked for something, you decided to get it by yourself without him, and then you are deceived. You regret. When you showed me the door and you said to me, no regret, well, why did you even say no regret? The fact of saying no regret was proving that there was already a lot of regrets. You don't say no regrets if you don't expect regret. Because the choice that you made back then was not having a normal life or having a normal life, but, you know, having something true versus having something that is just to make appear. Okay, what people think of you when you are with Simon Laroche. You know, the social aspect of it, the security of it. You said to me that you didn't want to see friends anymore because you didn't want to envy them. You didn't want to envy their house. You You didn't want to envy their boyfriends. You said to me you would not even go anymore to see your friends because of that. I remember all the things. Okay, those 2 months, it was that big for me. So if it's not proving love, I don't know what is, because regular predator, they don't go this far. And also they don't go for a victim so difficult. They go for the easy prey. You don't look to me like easy prey. And you said to me that you love to be chased after. You love to see the man fight for you, and you love to be chased after, and you love to be earned back. You said that to me. And you said to me that you were aware that my true thoughts, my true feelings were that I wanted you to be happy, but I wanted to be the man who would make you happy and fulfilled. Of course. And the thing with the stérile, you won't talk about it, but do you really think that I was telling you a stérile for another? You should know that. You're 42 years old, you're smart, and you're going to pretend that you did not know at the age of 30, 31 years old, 10 years ago, when I offered you about the stérile. And you're going to pretend that you were innocent and you didn't know. You say to me that I was naive, and I should have seen the hints that you were playing me. So that's going to be it. And now I'm waiting for your turn. And I don't understand everything that you're doing and why you're doing it. You mirrored my latest video. There's no words. Maybe it's for later. You're going to take more time for description. Maybe I will miss it. I don't know. I don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, but now it's your turn. I show you my sincerity. I know that it could be used against me, but I don't care. Okay, I know how it works with the law of man. They will look at anything that is considered infringing the law, then they go for it. They don't look for the moral. They don't look for the backstory. They don't look for the intention even. They don't. They are paid to try to find something wrong and to be able to judge and punish. You chose to go with the law of man. I chose to go with the law of God. The law of God is not only Moses. So, Jesus said, I'm not come to destroy the law, I'm there to fulfill. He saved the soul on the Sabbath day. They accused him of working on the Sabbath day. I kept money, spare change. Not spare change only, but I kept some money from the government. And when I had not spent it, but there was use for it when I saw your need, and then you accuse me of being unlawful. I think you should repent of this. I think you should repent of this. You could not thank me for anything else but about the medication. Didn't thank me about the time I spent with your son instead of spending with you. You could not thank me about I was working even though it was difficult for me to work. You didn't thank me for not showing all my proof to destroy you when I was brought into the law with the lawsuit. My friend Samuel told me, don't hold back, show everything at her. It's what she deserved. She could not appreciate your efforts. You said to me that you were appreciating what I was doing for you. But then you friend-zoned me. And I thought, well, okay, why do I have to do all the sacrifice? So if you think that I was not, how did you say, showing example, I'm bringing Christian, Jesus and all that to your house, but I'm not showing the example. Well, there's some example there. So, yes, I have desire. Yes, I'm a sinner. Jesus, what he did with my intention, this is the story how it goes. And I'm asking you if you can try to be honest, to be just, to not try to justify yourself, to get away from anything that would bring you to shame, because you're just going to go in more shame and more shame. Jesus is a just God. He's not going to give you approval over misbehavior. The reason why Jesus did not condemn the woman taken in adultery is because there was a time chosen for it. And he wanted to do it himself. Not with the people that would stone her. Without getting to the salvation afterward. If it would be the other man that would have stoned her, it would not have been for salvation. But if it's Jesus that throwing the first stone, you can be sure it is for salvation. Jesus is sinless. Let him that has no sin first cast a stone at her. When Jesus would stone, it would be for salvation. If he would have let them stone her, it would not have been for salvation. I'm telling you that there's more healing from my stoning than if I would not have stoned you. Because this is the most gentle way to stone to death somebody. But then after that, you can become newborn Christian. So that's what I'm going to give you. And I know that people always want more and more and more. Please continue, make a mistake, we're going to catch you, and then we're going to put you to death, is what they all think. And maybe you think that too. Maybe you want me to make mistakes so you can just think that it is justified because of what I did to you. What did I do to you? What did they do to you? And you accepted them. You take side with them as they are trying to destroy you. They say that they protect you. They are preventing your salvation. They try to destroy you. And you take side with them. I hope it was good enough and it will go in one accord with the part of Kelly. Don't have much left on my pocket, wallet, and my belt is getting wrecked too. You see that I did not live with money that I got from the government to get myself even a new bed. It's been years that my parents telling me, well, I think you should change your bed. Why? I'm still alone in the bed. No need for to change it.